Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Peaceful Hearts Hypnosis from Planet House. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about insomnia. Before we start, hypnosis can help insomnia, but it should be made aware to everyone that insomnia can be caused by lots of different underlying factors. So before you come and see a hypnotherapist to talk about insomnia, take the time to visit your GP and have a chance to describe a little bit about the history and how long you've been feeling this way. Now, two of the most common disorders that cause insomnia are anxiety and depression. So for those main areas that are causing insomnia, you need to clear that out first. You need to discover and get that assessed by someone who can verify whether underlying anxiety or depression are the causes. Now, I'm going to be talking about all of the other causes of insomnia. And so if you're not falling into that category of having depression or anxiety, I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the other things that can happen and how hypnosis can help. So one of the things I want to talk to you about today is what's happening to you in your everyday life. If you have something stressful coming up, if you have, say, a public talk that you're going to be preparing for, or you have an important meeting or an exam, this may keep you awake. And the psychological effects of that are twofold. The first is it's an alert to your body that something pretty major is coming up and that you need to focus and that you need to be in the moment and prepared. So there's a part of you that's making sure that you're aware of the importance of this upcoming event. The other side is some of the downsides of that protective part of your body that's warning you that something big is coming up. And that's where it can become a vicious circle where you're worried about your presentation or exam, you don't sleep, and then because you haven't slept, you're not functioning as well as you could, and then before you know where you are, you have cumulative 3 or 4 days of not sleeping, and then that will affect your performance in the exam or the presentation or whatever it is that initial trigger of insomnia started getting you ready for. So one of the important things to be aware of is if you do have something that's coming up in the near future, is to find other ways of relaxing your mind and relaxing your body, of taking into account that this insomnia has come to alert you that something's coming up, and you have to play the role of calming down yourself, calming down your body rhythms and allowing yourself to sleep. And overriding that first impulse that came from your body, which is to keep you awake up all night, worrying and thinking and overthinking and rehearsing things in your mind. So when you go in and out of hypnosis, you can do all of that, but in a very healthy, very balanced way. So in hypnosis, you can go through that talk in your mind. You can actually practice. You have a practice room where you can test out all the different aspects of the talk or presentation or exam that's coming up and still have a good night's sleep. So that's the first thing that could be causing insomnia that's not anxiety or depression. The second thing that might be happening is a chemical change at the level of your body. So for example, you might be taking beta blockers or medication for ADHD. Even blood pressure tablets can have a side effect of interrupting your natural circadian rhythms, your natural sleeping rhythms. So see what medication you're taking, and once again in hypnosis you can continue taking that medication, but you can minimize the effects of insomnia simply by recognizing that it's one of the side effects, and in trance allowing your body to rest even though you are taking in these medications that may be necessary for you in your present condition, but always have this feeling, always have this intent to sleep without interruption, to sleep that deep sleep that you need for restorative rest and recuperation for your body. And the third, so the first is something like a big event that's keeping you awake. The second is medication that you're taking that might be keeping you awake. And the third is food. Now, different times of your life, you may be drinking 3, 4, 5 cups of coffee and nothing happens and you sleep so well. And something happens, something alters at your body level, and that drinking a glass of wine or drinking some coffee before bed really does keep you awake or wakes you up very hot and bothered at 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, once again, you can, in hypnosis, bring down the effect of that coffee that's having that effect on troubling your sleep, and also consider reducing some or all of those elements that you've been used to taking into your body and not disturbing your sleep. Just take them out and see how that happens, how that makes a difference in your sleeping patterns. Now, in a moment, I'm going to lead you through a relaxation meditation that will allow you to fall asleep gently and restfully throughout the night. So when I come back on, I'd like you to be sitting comfortably and go through this meditation with me, and I'll guide you through hypnosis. And this you can repeat back to yourself if you're trying to get a good night's sleep and you're finding that you're not able to. All right, I'll be back in just a second. Thank you.